Hey guys, I am Trent for Trent Sense, and I know that it's been a while, but I am back to unbox for you a phone that was sent to me by a very cool company. Now, Verykool was gracious enough to send me a review unit of one of its flagship products, and this happens to be the Cyprus s6001 model. When it comes to the mobile industry, it's easy to always want the latest and greatest and all of the bells and whistles when it comes to any kind of smartphone or mobile device. However, we have to understand that everyone is not able to afford the expensive price tag when it comes to getting those high-end devices. This is where Verykool comes in. Verykool is a product line of tablets, smartphones, and accessories from the NASDAQ company called Infosonics Corporation, and it's based in San Diego, California. Now, upon taking this out of the box, the first thing that you will notice about the Cyprus is its large size. Now, that comes from the fact that it has a 6-inch HD IPS LCD capacitive touchscreen capable of showing 16 million colors. Now, that gives me the impression that this is a low-cost alternative to the Nexus 6, the iPhone 6 Plus, or the Note 4, or any other phablet variant that are out there from other manufacturers. Upon taking off the back battery cover, you will notice the area for the battery, as well as a micro SD card slot and 2 SIM card slots. What surprises me about the Cyprus is the fact that it still manages to be a bit slimmer than even my Nexus 5. Now, one surprising aspect of hardware quality of this low-cost phone is that when you hold it in your hand, it doesn't feel too flimsy or too cheap. There is a certain amount of solid heft when you hold it, yet it remains lightweight due to its overall thinness. Now, the one thing that I do like about the build of the phone is the chrome-like metallic accent that goes around the perimeter of the phone. That reminds me of the high-end Samsung Note devices or the Apple devices. Now, the one little caveat that I must warn you about is that the review unit that I received happened to have some looseness in the power key and the volume rocker key. But aside from that, it feels very good in the hand considering what you're paying for. Now, upon doing my research on this device before receiving it, I did realize for sure that in order for Verykool to meet that low price point, it had to, of course, sacrifice a few things here and there in the hardware department in regards to specs. Now, with that being said, the one big characteristic that immediately jumped out at me is the fact that the Cyprus only has 8 gigabytes of internal storage paired with 1 gigabyte of RAM. Now, that means you have no choice but to get yourself a micro SD card to put into that slot. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to do anything with this device. Now, the second factor that I noticed is the lower resolution in comparison to my Nexus 5. Even though the resolution on the Cyprus is still HD, it's only 720 by 1280, and the pixel density is not as high as the Nexus 5 either. So upon turning it on for the first time, the phone appears to be nothing more than a blown up version of a 4.5-inch phone. Now, Verykool had decided to equip its Cyprus s6001 with a 1.3 gigahertz quad-core chip made by MediaTek. Now, considering that it is not as robust as the Nexus 5 or the Nexus 6, I do have concerns that the speed may not be up to par, especially when you consider the 1 gigabyte of RAM that's paired with that chip. Now, the one thing that I am eager to look into upon this review is the fact that this huge 6-inch displayed phablet has a 2300 milliamp hour battery, the same capacity as my Nexus 5 with a 4.95-inch screen. So it will definitely be interesting to see how many hours can be used in a day with that kind of battery with that large of a display. Now, aside from the potential downgrades in comparison to the high-end competitors, we must also keep in mind that right here and right now, the Cyprus s6001 can be purchased on Amazon for $169.99. Now, that's a very good deal when you consider the 13 megapixel camera, the 3 megapixel front-facing camera, the micro SD card slot, as well as the dual SIM card slots. Now, on top of the fact that you're getting those features at such a low cost in comparison to the high-end phones, you also have to keep in mind that Verykool has also thrown in a free transparent case for the phone itself, as well as headphones and some screen covers. Depending on how you use your phone on a daily basis and depending on whether or not you're used to a larger phablet being in your pocket, I would say that it could be worth a shot. I'm going to take some time with this phone by myself to review it and eventually come back to you guys with a review video letting you know what I think. And if you have any questions about this device, feel free to send me some questions right below this video, and I will be sure to respond to you as quickly as possible. That's all for today, folks. All of you guys, take care and stay safe.